So that's it, we just picked up the bike. It's just done its 600-mile service, so we've fresh oil, fresh filter, just had a little once over, and also we had a quick shifter fitted, which I've not had to play with yet. Be interesting to see if we still have the same sort of gear issues that we were talking about. But I had a little chat with a guy, Bradley, nice guy, really good service there actually. I really do like Oakley motorcycles, which is good, isn't it, because it's my local Yamaha dealer now really. I bought this bike from P&H Motorcycles in Crawley, which is fairly close to work, but it's a good hour's drive away, whereas this is like 30 minutes, so much better. Yeah, and I really like Bradley, really like his customer service style, and yeah, it's really good. He's answered a lot of my questions and all the rest of it, so yeah, helpful. Yeah, so we've got a quick shifter on this now, which is cool, so we'll be playing with that a little bit going forwards. Right, where are we going? Road closed. Right, we're hanging a left. Alright, we can do that. No auto blipper though on these bikes, literally just a quick shifter, so it's just for going up through the gears. Yeah, I was chatting to him about, if anyone who's watched my MT-07 Any Good video, which was the last one I posted. Yeah, so anyone who's watched that would know that I've had a few issues with gear changing on this, and yeah, it seems like there's a bit of an issue going with some of the MT-07s from 2023 with the clutch, which may be that, may not be that, who knows. I had a chat with Bradley about it and just said, look mate, I said I'm happy to run this bike to 1,000 miles until it's actually properly run in, and then just maybe slightly beyond. I said, but I'm hoping the oil filter and oil change actually sorted out that issue, and it'll just continue to just loosen up, because it is slightly better than it was originally, so it does support that theory, maybe, with my non-technical knowledge. But yeah, I said, look, if it persists, would you be able to help me out with getting it back in under warranty to be looked at? And he said, absolutely, no problem. That's what you want to hear, innit? So yeah, so that's good. So at least I know I'm covered, and I've got a friendly dealer who will help me out, that I'll get building quite a nice little relationship with. Like I say, this next service is 6,000 miles. I mean, I'm probably going to drop the oil every 1,000 miles or so, just because that's me, and I'm a bit overkill when it comes to things like that. Because you can't really argue against having nice fresh oil in the bike, can you? Yeah, so we'll see. Hopefully it's sorted. We'll find out, won't we? If it does it again, it does it again. So I'm in 2 minds now whether to go straight home or whether to take this for a quick blat. Where's she going then? Alright, I'll let her do her thing. I'm going this way. It's not the way you came in, Woo. It's going to take a bit of getting used to not to use my clutch going up, because I'm programmed for it. "35 years. Well, 35 years since I did my bike test. So I've been riding longer than that. Cool. Probably just think about it. When did I get my first bike? 15. Bloody hell, 40 years, mate. That's depressing, isn't it? Yeah, 40 years of deprogramming on how to ride this bike now. Alright. See if I can do that on this one. There's no one behind me. We have heat. Who needs to stop? Not best practice. I know. But there's nobody around me, it's a straight road. views for days, all that sort of good stuff, so whatever. Oh, I do like this bike. Do I say that often? I don't even need to put my hand on the handlebar to change gear now. Oh, so nice. So nice. Stay there, mate. Don't creep on me. So the manual says above 2000 RPM and above 12 miles an hour will give you a good gear change. Well, don't use it below that, basically. Oh, I've got a little QS on me dash. For quick shifter, obviously. You see, we're ticking the boxes. What a lovely morning. It's chilly. What we got? It says 7 degrees on the bike. It said 4 in the car. I'm more willing to accept 4 degrees, really, because yeah, I've not had to have my heated gloves on for a while. I mean, I've been wearing them, but I haven't had them actually doing the heaty thing. Now, who's going to sit behind this tractor? What are we having him? I'm getting the idea you're going to sit behind him. 30. It's always the way. Whenever I black past someone, straight into a 30 zone. Well, at least I'm not sat behind him. Is where I'm at. What are we doing now? Is this head corn? This can't be head corn, can it? Could be. That was a head corn cattery. Oh, it's taken me back a rather unusual way. I think that was the 30 mile an hour that caught me out last time. I'm sure I blatted straight past someone, straight into that 30 last time. Well, it's got a 100% record of catching me out. I've not sped on it yet. I do slow down for the 30, but yeah, it's been like, yeah, what are you doing going so slow? I'm having you straight past them, and then it's like, oh, okay. Okay. Hey Cardo, speed dial. Come on, go to voicemail or something. Phoning Helen and my wife, just tell her I'm staying out on the bike for a bit. Hey Woo, Marcus, don't worry, nothing to worry about. Just to let you know, it's such a lovely morning. I'm just going to stay out on the bike for an hour or so, and then I'll meet you back at home, probably just before lunchtime, so don't fear. Okay, I'll see you in a little bit. Love you lots. Bye. Alright, let's just follow some signs, I think. I ain't got anything on the sat nav. This is literally organic, which is kind of a nice way to be, I think. Ashford, Tenterden, so let's go straight on, eh? So, initial thoughts on the quick shifter. Fun! It is fun. Don't know if I've only got it on for shits and giggles, really. I don't think it's going to be a massive performance part for me. But you know, if you've got a bike that's quick shifter ready. Hello Magpie. Why wouldn't you have a quick shifter on it? Let's not go too mental. Some of these, like I say, it's frozen overnight. There's a lot of frost on the fields. I'm a bit nervous about heading into some of these damp looking corners, especially the ones that are under trees, because there's potential for ice, I suppose, this morning. We get the wind blowing in the right sort of direction, it definitely could catch you out. That'd be disappointing. Wouldn't it? Look at the state of this tarmac on these corners now. You can't exactly just... yeah, it is what it is. It is what it is. So yeah, so what I'm doing is just following signs for Tenterden at the moment, and then it's funny what signs come up after that. I'm like, I don't know if it can be arsed going down to the A259. My nose is getting a bit cold. So I think what I'm going to do is going to head to Tenterden and then just have a slow trundle through Tenterden and then just go home. I think that's enough. Just to, it's not about putting miles on this bike anymore, which is weird. So but that's a nice little loop just for a Saturday morning. I'll go home for tea and medals and all that. Oh, there's an aviation phrase for you. Still using my clutch, can't help it. I think it's the next road I want to go right, which takes us into Tenterden town centre. Yeah, you're gonna have to slow down, my little friend. Crocuses are out. It's the first sign of spring, maybe. Oh, fucking off-roading with that lot. I think I'm gonna cheat. Thank you. Oh, I love motorbikes. Do like the architecture around it. It's very old Sussex. That's a case in point. Come on, mate, just go round. You've got loads of room. He's not going to do that. I'd be embarrassed to be making that parking manoeuvre in my big Octavia. Yeah, look at that. That's cool. Very nice. Very nice. Right, so I've given you the tour of Tenterden before. Furniture shops, cafes, the odd charity shop. I know my missus and her mum love it here for that reason. There's all sorts of stuff that you can waste hours in. I must admit, I do like, and I said it last time, the Tenterden house interior shop. It's definitely one to leave your credit cards locked away for, because it ain't cheap. But the stuff they sell is very good quality and slightly different to what you find elsewhere, so very nice if you're into house interiors and stuff. Alright, these roads are absolutely shocking, aren't they? Sitting a little bit further back just so I don't get a face full of everything that these cars are flicking up off this slightly dirty road. Yeah, let's just catch up so red car doesn't get confused and try and pull out on me. Double-edged sword that is, really, isn't it? You don't want to be sat so close that you're getting covered in yes, that. You don't want to be so far back that everyone pulls out on you because you're not keeping up with the traffic. Cool, it's gone dark all of a sudden, hasn't it? Ugh. whenever you're ready, mate. Oh, fucking hell, mate. Off we go. Just give me a minute, let me find neutral. Right, hang on, let me just get myself comfortable as well. Let go of me for a sec. Yeah, happy? Oh, because sometimes your hip just clicks in a weird position. Right, get yourself where you want to be. Yeah, it's fine. All good. Happy? But quick shifter's cool because it's like, if you see, I don't need, like normally you de-throttle and pull the clutch in, whereas with the quick shifter, literally I could just knock it up a gear, like that. How you feeling, alright? Good. See what I mean? It's a slightly jerkier gear change with a quick shifter, but it's pretty cool. When you're really accelerating, you don't feel it so much. But you still need to use the clutch to go down. You can get things on some of the more expensive and some of the bikes which have got like more expensive electronics, they have what's called auto blippers, and it basically blips the throttle for you as you go down through the gears as well. So you, but the guy was saying to me not to use it to go from first to, obviously you need to use your clutch to set off, and then he said it's probably not worth using it between first and second, just in case you hit a neutral. He said you need to be doing more than like 20 mile an hour really, and I think the official line from the manual says you need to be doing more than 12 miles an hour and more than 2,000 RPM for it to work, but it seems to work better at higher revs. That's what it's for really though. When I say round town, you think you get a much smoother gear change with the clutch, so a bit of both probably. Hey? Oh yeah, I think so. And World Superbikes, most racing bikes will have auto. You know, they'll only use the clutch to do the start, and then after that they won't be using clutches. Bit different on the road. You can use it to sort of smooth out your riding a little bit, you know, sort of thing. It's raining. Are you warm enough? What? Can't hear you. Into, so I'll talk you through it. So literally you counter steer on these. It's a bit weird. You kind of, whichever way you want to lean, you push the bar forward. So like you'd think I'd be turning the handlebars to the right. What I'm actually doing here is pushing that. So if I push, when I'm going around that roundabout, if I push this bar here on the right forwards, it makes the bike lean to the right. And you only do that until you got the lean angle you want. And then you just keep a neutral sort of thing. I mean, you just put the bike where you want it to go. It's quite natural if you've ridden pedal bikes. Ugh, could have done without rain. Never mind. Bike's wet anyway, so. Miserable weather. It was dead sunny this morning. We'll go to the sort of like the roundabout at John's Cross, like the next roundabout, and then we'll just spin it round and go back, I think. I don't want to be out for ages in this, do we? Wonder if there's many out at 1066 today. More vans and there's a few bikes. It's a lot more fun on a bike when it's dry, because you can just sort of, you can take your corners a little bit more quickly and get your lean angles going and all that sort of stuff, whereas when it's wet you're sort of tiptoeing around stuff a little bit, really. Gravel is not good. See a lot of gravel there? If you grabbed a big handful of front brake on that, you'd probably fall off. Alright, so just lean with the bike. You don't have to do anything unusual, just natural. That's it. Good man. Right, I'm going to overtake this Honda in a sec, Sammy, so if you get a good hold on me and just lean into me a little bit. Alright, don't want you flying off the back. Right, we're going. You alright? It'll accelerate a lot harder than that, but that was all with the quick shifter. It's pretty cool, isn't it? Yeah, it's good, mate. Generally don't sit right behind cars when it's wet like this, because all you end up with is a face full of spray. So you can see when I'm changing down a gear, pull the clutch in, rev it, change down. It just just speeds your engine up, stops you doing that nodding thing that you always seem to feel like you're going to do otherwise. Right, I'm going to have him as well. Ready? Biker boys are out. I always slow down for the 40s and the 30s. That's generally where you're going to find speed traps and police have taken an interest in you. On the 60s maybe, but less so. Do you enjoy that? It's a nice little 400, that Ninja. You could ride that on an A2 license. Yeah, and you wouldn't have to restrict it. You wouldn't have to restrict it either. Yeah, it's nice. 19. So you'd be on a 125 for 2 years, and then if you do your A2, you could get one of them. Oh, you pick them up for a couple of grand. If I give you £5 when you're 18, if you can manage to hold on to it, you could probably buy that bike and have change for driving lessons as well. Because it'd be worth getting your driving licence as well, Samo, because it's helpful for jobs and all the rest of it, and at some point you might want a car, you know. Just get your licence and then it's done. Paint when it's wet is slippy as you like, so that's why I'm easing off a brake as I hit paint, because you don't want the front wheel tucking under you or anything like that. Lots to think about riding a bike, but it just is what it is. Yeah, just have to be very aware of what you're on. Sometimes cars move to the left just to let you round. Quite often they don't, and some of them will actually go to the white line to try and slow you down. It's not very helpful, really. So much traffic, it's not even worth an overtake, really. Sometimes you just have to think, what's the point? And then wait until you get a nice big stretch of road. You can probably take about 5 cars in one hit. So it's all about having a good view, really. And if you get round him, you're only behind the next one and all the rest of it, so it's a bit pointless. He's definitely target fixated, this guy in front, though. He wants that Land Rover regardless. So sometimes you just have to have a word with yourself when you're feeling like that. You get like instant points on your license if you go over a solid white line anyway. Pointless. Taking a risk hitting all that white paint, all that paint in the wet for absolutely no reason whatsoever. So that's just, it is what it is. You seem like an older guy as well, actually, on that little 400. Yeah, I mean, it's probably out with that. Sorry, mate, go on. Yeah. Yeah, I think he's out of that other guy as well, so he probably just wanted to get up to him, didn't he? Right, we're hanging a left here, mate. Let's go left. Don't like the rain.